You know anyone that knows how to tune?
Alright, welcome back to Nugget Garage. As you can see by the title of this video, this is going to be about my Supra. Got it back together over Christmas, and this video will get it on the dyno. Idea being I just want to test, we'll get it roughly back up to 30 pounds of boost, just see how the new combo compares to how it was. Last week's video there you saw the white car break the gearbox. Not any fault of the gearbox builder, it's just we're making that little bit too much power for a Jacko. And on the way home I was trying to decide what to do with it, because I don't really want to spend money on a C4 because they're weak anyway, and you can't really go and put a heavy gearbox behind a rotary because there's no torque. Anyway, the solution was to do this. I sold the rotary, sold it to a mate of mine. It's going in his Gemini. And then between that event and getting home, I pretty much agreed to buy a 1JZ and a Power Glide combo. The idea I was going to put it in the white car, and then because I like to keep changing my mind, I thought, why would I put it in that one when I could just put it in this one? So that's kind of what did happen. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one. I do have another Power Glide and enough JZ stuff to probably throw that together eventually. The panel van is on the chopping blocks. I got the shits with it not leaving the line, not 60 footing, so all this junk is going in the bin. That was actually a lot of fun trying to get to a point where the car was square at the back. I've got another sheet metal 9-inch happening. It's all CKRD stuff. Keeps just making me an alignment bar at the moment. Then I can get that cut up and welded. K10 sitting here, nowhere to go. It was supposed to be racing this weekend, but you can probably hear the rain on the roof, so that event's now cancelled. Yeah, so the Supra, basically the upgrades are, we've changed it to a GTX 47 Gen 1, 88mm instead of the truck turbo that was on there. Keeps going and rebuilt the motor again. It's now got copper head gaskets, fire ring, ported cylinder heads, custom non-1UZ valve train, which should let it happily operate up around that 9,000 RPM now. And another change I did was a short runner inlet manifold. Dan Patton, or he's a Dan Howell, you've probably seen him on the skid factory. He makes cast aluminium stuff for Al. Well, he actually offered to make me a short runner lower inlet manifold. He knows I like the OEM look, so he basically cast me up a short runner box that has a Holly high ram sort of bolt pattern on top. For my application, I'm not going to use it. I ended up cutting the flange off and then welding a gutted top on so that it kind of looks factory, and then you can tell it's been modified, but from a glance it looks factory. Idea being, if you tune enough on your Zs, you can seriously see that from about 5800 up, they choke pretty hard on that runner length. What it's going to do to response, I don't know, but in theory, I should have way more flow now up to that 9,000 RPM. So yeah, thanks Dan for making that for me. That was a lot of work on his part, and he's actually going to sell them. I think he's got the patterns now to cast them and produce them. So if it works, you can, hit him up if you want to try and go down that same path. Other than that, yeah, so in this video on the dyno here, we're just going to try and run the motor in and just get it back to say 30 pounds of boost. Probably will still need nitrous just to get it on, because it's quite laggy. It always has been quite laggy. So in the video you probably hear it, it'll spray nitrous, then turn off, and then continue through the pull. Anyway, we'll get to that video and I'll talk about it at the end.
What are you getting ready for, Scott? Race wars? When was the last time the people seen this car?
Especially 3 years ago.
3 years ago now. Wow. Now it's basically the same. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shush! I did tell it to shush too, so that's half my fault. Ladies and gents, it's on. Let's see what it does. I don't think he's going for full ball at the moment. He's still got to do the little run-in bit. We'll just see where it gets to. I think he's going to try and aim for about 28 pounds and go from there later on. Remember when there was a gold car to race this thing? Bag it. Can I have some? No. I want some. Give me some. I want. Hey. So it looks like second gear roll-ons with no nitrous wouldn't be super fun. Should I go and see if there's a nitrous bottle? Hey buddy, how you going? We're just gonna use you a little bit. This is a weird way of going fishing, Scott. What are you looking for? Pro fisherman, don't do it again. Gonna do it again. Alright, you ready? No. Just be ready for it and then that'll help.
I don't even know how to jump
Look at that. Nitrous helped it a bit. Still needs more. How much boost was that? Oh, 20. 50 at 21 pounds. Not bad, good size. Oh, did it? I was freaking out for a second. I thought I messed something up. It was not me. I didn't mess it up. It was all the way on.
I even handed zip ties up to you.
Yeah, I thought it was for the to hold it up there. And two. Oh, what's this? What's that? Oh, what's that? Oh.
Alright, well that was the Supra on the dyno. All went well. No coolant pressure, no overheating. Voltage from the alternator I think was a little bit low, so we're going to look at that. I ended up making 1,000 horsepower again, but it did it, you know, with no nitrous, actually once it was on boost, and about 5 pounds less boost than before. And you can see the power curve now, it wants to keep making power with RPM. So I've got a feeling that inlet manifold has made it a little bit lazier. So we're probably going to have to look at that rear housing on that turbo. I remember Ben reckons he had that that turbine housing combo on his Sylvia back in the day, and he changed to the proper T6 one, and it made about 1,500 revs difference to the response. So there could be some sort of mismatch, whether it's profile or the size of the slot that the exhaust gas goes through. Something's not right. It gets to about 4,500, makes 2 pounds, of boost to 6,000, and then goes for the moon. So I've got options there. It's just a lot of fabrication. Well, I think it comes up on the two-step all right anyway. It would be raceable like that. Just on the street, it's going to be awful to drive. Anyway, so that'll be the end of this video. The next one, I think we will probably be playing with the panel band. See you next time.